everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Browns going up against the Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland, so we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charlie Davis.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay at Oakland, California. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Oakland Raiders. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. He'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. The play clock's running down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 16 on the pickup. Good enough for an Oakland first down. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
When people see Vince Wilfork, they don't think about his versatility, do they? But we've seen that throughout his career where he's actually played some defensive end as well as his expected defensive tackle and nose tackle positions. Strength, great quickness inside. That allows him to make plays in the offensive backfield.
Absolutely a run stopper. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. Will try for 3. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Novak's kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope. The good things are in store here today.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Time to meet the defensive starters for the Oakland Raiders, and you want to discuss one of their safeties.
I certainly do. Carl Joseph out of West Virginia always did a great job policing the middle of the field. A big hitter, knocked the ball away, but really added to his game as last year as a Mountaineer. Became a better cover guy and a better ball hawk before he got injured. They're really going to love him in Oakland.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aldon Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And now Edelman. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams.
Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
2nd down, 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And now here come the Raiders. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a cut to the left sideline. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break the initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Vince Wilfork is a terrific player. The first thing you notice, obviously, is his size. But his agility will surprise you. He can play defensive end as well as hold down the middle as a defensive tackle.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. They're calling a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert him to being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. From the red zone now, Mariota. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Desmond Bryant, the one to get him down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't.
Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner. Joe Hayden with it. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game, are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. They'll come out in the pistol. Mariota now on second down. Steps away to his left. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's the type of play there that puts a defense in a stress. Marcus Mariota on the run. You don't know whether he's going to take it downfield or throw the footballs we just saw there. And boy, was he accurate with that one.
And, you know, the Oregon coaches offered him a scholarship without ever seeing. There he goes, right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. They come out here in the eye. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. Nick Novak on now for the extra point. And he puts it through. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, there are times when I feel a little bit guilty about offering some criticism because I see the thought process here, trying to bounce it outside and gain some yardage. But every now and then you got to think ahead and just take your medicine. Go down. Don't give up anymore.
Play clock winding down. Back to throw. Deep drop. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion. Third and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Let's give plenty of credit to the defense there. They stuffed them on second and short. But if you're the offense, why would you change what you're doing? You've got a whole nother down to pick it up, and maybe even a fourth if you so choose.
They come out here in the eye. To throw Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vince Wilfork in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Finding time. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jurrell Casey in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. shift together here from the D-line. The play clock's running down. Looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aldon Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Going for the deep ball. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Time running out here on the play clock. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Edelman set to return. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Oakland. 57 yards. And the offense lining up first and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And Murray's still down. Maybe shaking up that go-around. Let's hope he's all right. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Flush to his right. It finds Crabtree for the completion. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC. Playoff action after this timeout. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for his 2nd. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They snap it direct. This is Murray. On second down, Washington. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
So backed up to the 6 now, third and goal. Walker, the tight end, in motion. In motion comes the tight end left. Third and goal. Mariota being chased out left. And that is incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Looking left side, and it's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense able to recover the fumble, but it's third down now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun now on third down. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. And now they're in the hurry up. Throwing, Mariota. And that's complete to Wolford. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Caught left side to Crabtree. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, Mariota. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw, Mariota. His pass caught at the 4. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Novak to tack on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35.
Whoosh.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now they'll run it on the toss. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They go play action. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. I think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Mariota. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Marquette King now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. He belted that thing, a leg of steel, and an even 70 yards on the punt that time. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And he finds Barnage. He's got it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Fresh set of downs here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the 1st. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down following the incompletion.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play in good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one.
And he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And tough starting field position here. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Throw left side to the tight end Walford. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Mariota now on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Offense in a good spot here. 2nd and 2. They go play action. Mariota. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
So 2nd and 10 here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go.
On the direct snap, Murray. And some space here. The 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run that time by Murray. 41 yards on the ground. And now a first down following that long gain. They come out here in the eye. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Hey, go down, go down. Here we go. Brand 38.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can come...
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 13 yards on the pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Now a play fake here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They come up in an offset eye. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 50 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Second down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Aldon Smith in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Let's go. Brand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Black round. Black round.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders are going to win the football game. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Right back to Washington. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing is Mariota out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. And this looks to probably be... Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done.
One's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.